I am better than everybody. I'm a better fighter than all the guys I fought. I'm a better fighter than guys in the UFC right now. I can beat guys. I can beat 75% of the UFC welterweight division right now, and I'm 23. I haven't fought in the UFC yet. I'm gonna take it by the balls and go with it. Like, it's gonna be it. That's it, done. All she wrote. See you later. Goodbye. Enjoy the journey. This is the next chapter. This is where I belong. This is home.
We're in Central Park in New York ahead of UFC 268 this weekend at Madison Square Garden, and delighted to say I'm joined by the main man himself, the future Ian Garry. So Ian, the obvious question to start with is, how does a boy from Dublin end up cutting weight in Central Park, New York?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's quite surreal that we're here in the first place, but we're here. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I mean, Central Park, I couldn't have imagined being here for my debut, but like, I was only saying this the other day to Layla, I was in a cab on the way to do the Ariel Hawani show, and I seen the Brooklyn Bridge, and I was like, holy that was a wallpaper in my bedroom.
Wow.
Since I've been a kid, and I was like, I didn't remember until now, because it was just something that you just always just wake up and you see. And it's kind of funny, it's like, I'm here now, and I'm making my UFC debut at the biggest stadium, the biggest sporting venue in the world, and I'm 23 years of age, and I'm going to shock the world on Saturday night. So yeah, it's a dream come true, like, and I've made it happen. With hard work, so I just enjoy every second of
it. The poster of Brooklyn Bridge, and we were joking there about Home Alone 2, where the filming was, and the hotel and all that kind of stuff. That's like all of our childhoods. We've all seen New York in the movies, and that this kind of admiration for the place. It's amazing to be here, but when did it change to becoming a sporting destination, for a legacy destination for you? And the question I'm asking is, when did MMA become a thing in your life?
Primarily with the rise of Conor. I mean, martial arts was always something I was interested in when I was a kid. I got into boxing at a young age, then I changed over to judo, and I always had the want. Obviously, when Conor was starting off, I was following his career because he was just everywhere. And you know as well, he was everywhere in England and Ireland and Europe about MMA, and his rise was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I had such belief in myself that, like, I quit college without ever training MMA, and I just said, I'm gonna go.
What?
Yeah.
You quit college before you'd even walked into the gym?
Yeah, I didn't.
All in? You were all in?
I was like, I know I'm going to do this, so why not just go for it? I quit college, got a job with my uncle cleaning windows, and I worked 6 days a week, 2 till 6, or 6 till 2 in the afternoon, slept, and then trained every single night, and I loved every second of it, because it was like fueling my dreams. I was working to better my life and better, like, just achieve my goals, and now I'm here. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so yeah, the rise of Conor was the reason that I got here. It's just like, it's quite cool, because it's quite fitting in the sense of I'm the generation of where Conor inspired, and now I'm here. So it's like, he became a double champ in this arena. I'm making my debut in this arena. It's like, it's historical. It's historical, and we're going to look back in years to come and go, I wish I could have been there for the first fight of Conor. I wish I could have been there to watch Michael Jordan start his career. People have the chance now to sit down, watch me fight on Saturday night and go, right, this is the start of a monumental career, and we've just witnessed the debut, just witnessed greatness.
Thinking back to Conor and his big moments, Jose Aldo, beating Aldo, becoming a champion at last. You were what then, 16, 17? Were you in MMA at that point? No. Or were you still watching as a fan at that point?
No, I was still watching as a fan at that point. Conor, Jesus, I was still in school. I was still in school when he beat Aldo. I remember when he was meant to fight Aldo the first time, and Aldo pulled out and Mendes jumped in. I was in Alicante with my two best mates, and we were running around Alicante trying to find a lock-in, because everywhere was closed, and I was like banging on windows, banging on doors, being like, let me in, I will pay, I don't care. And I remember just screaming when he knocked Mendes out. And then it was like, yeah, so I would have been about 18, 19. I watched these dreams that he had and everything that he was doing, And now I'm kind of here living it, but my life, my version of it, if that makes sense. It's like, it's quite cool. I don't know how to word it properly, but I've seen someone do something that I wish I could do and I've dreamt of doing, and now I'm doing it my way. It's quite cool.
It's insane how similar you are with your confidence as well. You know, you walk into a room, the room wakes up, you know, similar to Conor.
Yeah.
Was the confidence first, or did the confidence come the more you train, the better you got at MMA, you grew in confidence, or is this just you? Is this the way you are?
I've been,
even when you were cleaning windows, you were the best window cleaner in all of Dublin.
I was like this since I was a kid. I mean, I walk into a room and everyone knows I'm there. People often say, like, you hear me before you see me. Like, it's a case of I'm just loud. I've got this personality where I'm like, look, I might annoy you, but if I annoy you, then you have the choice to leave the room. I don't really care. Like, I'm here to have a good time and spread good energy. Like, I have nothing but positivity on the world, and I've just always had that as a little kid. I remember, like, people being told to, like, brace themselves. My mum was like, people always just to brace themselves and, like, get the house ready when you were coming over, because they just knew it was going to be full of energy, full of adrenaline. And she was like, no one could take it for longer than 2 hours, or see you for 2 hours, or even an hour, because they just wrecked afterwards. You'd be running, jumping, screaming, and I'm like, not much has really changed, to be absolutely honest. I'm a bit more kind of conserved when needs be, but that's where my fighting comes in. I can just let loose and get into that flow state and just do what I do best.
So you obviously had these dreams of conquering the UFC, of following in their footsteps, but when was the moment when you went in the gym that you thought, you know what, I'm a natural at this? Because that's what when you fight, it looks so natural to you. You know, you've only had, what, 7 fights in your career? But you look like a natural.
Well, when I walked into my old gym, my first MMA gym, I specifically remember my old coach saying, he was like, hey dude, how are you? I was like, good. I was like, I want to fight. And he was like, yeah, all right, slow it down, put his hand on me. And I was like, no, like, I want to fight. Like, I know I want to fight. And he's like, all right, I've heard many people say that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not many people. I was like, I know. And it was just, I don't know. It's like a destiny. It's just something I know. I know the right track. I know the path is there. And something just guided me towards it. And maybe it was Conor that was that kind of like shining light that guided me towards. But this is my destiny. Like, I'm meant to be here. I've made this happen. I've dreamt it into reality. And I've asked for all of this. And I enjoy every second of it. And it's just like living a dream. And I mean, I just hope someday from my career, another child or another kid who's watching me grow up
watching this
will do this. Will do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get into a gym and hope that he can be in my shoes one day. And that's what it's all about, I suppose, at the end of the day.
Is there a history of fighting or professional sports in your family?
No, I'm kind of like the black sheep. I was good at everything. Every sport I did, I was always good at. I was smart in school, just didn't want to be in school. Just like, I always went in for the banter and the crack, but I never wanted to be there for, like, the educational reasons. I had fun. I was a kid who had fun every day, and that's why, like, I have this kind of energy. It's like it transfers not only into my life, but like into everyone. It's like I want to pass that happiness and that joy that I have into everyone. That was what school was for me. It was just like, I get to see my best mates every day. And we get to have, like, the crack no matter what. Like, when we're told to be quiet and not, we're still gonna have the crack. So yeah, I've just always been me, the black sheep. I've just done everything on my own, and no one's really, no, it's just been me.
Were you one of those excuse me, one of those fighters that was always in fights at school, always fighting in the streets?
I've never been in a fight in my life. Never been in a fight outside a cage. I don't know if that's people have ever had the balls to do it, because they always knew when I was younger I was always involved in martial arts and boxing and judo, but no one's ever had the balls to try and fight me. Someone gassed me before the night out, but at the time I don't drink anymore, but at the time I just finished my pint, felt my ear, I'm gonna leave, just went to the hospital, got stitched up. But like, I've known want to fight. Like, I'm a competitor, I'm not a fighter. I've not grown up needing to fight or wanting to fight. I've chose to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I could have been a footballer. I could have done whatever I wanted to do, but I chose to do this because I enjoy it more than everything else. I enjoy the thrill of going into a gym every day and knowing that I'm going to be training with some of the best fighters in the world. and learning and that evolution of like, right, I can evolve every single day and learn so many skills that can help me to grow and be the best I can be. And then I can go in there and get praised for knocking some dude out. And it's like, all right, sweet, if that's the life I can live and I can enjoy every second of it, then I'm gonna do it. And that's basically what it's been.
So it could easily have been, if it wasn't for Conor, if it was more Rory McIlroy, you could have been a golfer, you could have been... Do you think your future was always sport?
Don't you worry about that golf game. That is on fire at the moment. I fixed everything up there the other day and we're just par. We're going to get it. I guarantee you, I will absolutely be off pluses in a while. I will be like a high-level golfer. I know I will.
The first UFC champion to go on the PGA Tour, is that the goal, is it?
I want to go on like one of the pro-ams. I don't mind going on the pro-ams and playing a game. I'll play it. Give me time, I'll get there. I love golf. I have the golf clubs with me and all. I'd love to go play golf today.
You brought your clubs with you to New York.
Yeah. Dude, what's the best way to win a fight? Go play golf the next morning. 100%. I'll figure it out. But no, I absolutely love golf. So yeah, like anything. But that's the thing. Like, I'm good at golf. I started golf a year ago. Started on 28 handicap. I'm down to 9. I'm like, that doesn't happen. I've just flown down in the handicap, and like I haven't been able to play for the last 4 months. Basically, I've had like 10 rounds maybe on the course. But like, had I been able to play, I'd probably be down to 6, 7 now. Like, I reckon easily. But yeah, I love sports. I love everything about it. I love the mindset of sports and the fact that it's like always learning. It's all like golf is very similar to my fight in the sense of I'm never fighting anybody else. I'm only fighting me.
Yeah.
So it's like if I lose course, I'm the only person that's going to be affected is me. You're not going to play worse golf because I'm playing bad golf. And if you're playing well and I'm playing well, then great, cool. I'm still not battling you. I'm battling me. Right. And that's what I feel like fighting is. I'm never fighting the person across the cage from me. I'm trying to just find what I can do to beat him in a sense of I know I can beat him. I know I've already beat him. I just need to find the way to do it and the best way to do it. And I know the best ways to do it. And I get into these flow states and I figure everything out. And that's why I don't get hit that much in fights. I mean, I'd say I've had 7 fights. And I haven't been hit more than 10 times clean. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, I'm hard to hit. There's a reason I stay this pretty. There's a reason I'm so good looking. Because I am not. I got this cool little cut from Jack Grant. I slipped the knee and it just caught the corner and I was like, you got some blood. Well done. Well done. Fair play to you.
Well, that was obviously the final breakthrough performance, winning the Cage Warriors gold. That obviously led to signing with the UFC. But there was a whole thing that went on behind the scenes. You had a fighter corner you that night rather than your whole team. You mentioned earlier that the reason you love MMA is because you go to the gym every day and you learn every day. Yeah. Was that the problem? Did you have to move on to continue to learn?
I was getting that feeling. I was getting that feeling. I felt like I was. I mean, you can always learn off everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a white belt in jiu-jitsu or a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You can learn from everyone, whether it be their mistake or your mistake. You can always learn from people. So it's not that no one can offer you, like, it's not that I'm better than anybody. It's just I needed to be surrounded by the likes of the people I'm surrounded by now. The fighters that I'm going on to a mat with: Gilbert Burns, Vicente Luque, Michael Chandler, Derek Brunson. The list goes on. Do you know what I mean? I don't even want to sit here and try and name everyone because it's far too many. Yeah. But like being on the mats with those guys, you can only improve unless you haven't got it in here.
Of course.
And I've got it in there. I think that's pretty evident.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got amazing coaches, and like we've got one here, Greg Jones is over there. He's an amazing coach, and I'm looking forward to going back after this fight and improving my wrestling tenfold with him because he's absolutely phenomenal. And then it's like I'm looking forward to spending some time with Henry and focusing on adding some more stuff into my striking game, because we know there's a couple of little things you can add in to make me more dangerous and make me like just so more well-rounded. And then it's like then I've got jiu-jitsu with like Gilbert Burns. Like, and I want to go over to Brazil. I've been speaking to Gilbert and Vicente, and it's like I want to go over to Brazil and I want to learn Portuguese and I want to see that culture and I want to immerse myself in it. And where's the best place in the world to learn jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, exactly.
Brazil. Yeah. So it's like I'm going to do that. Not I want to. I'm going to do that. It's like I want to be the most well-rounded fighter I can possibly be, and I know my striking is of an elite level. I know my wrestling can get better, I know my striking can get better, and I know my grappling and will always be able to get better, just like my striking.
Yeah.
I want to be able to work in it all. So for me, it's about surrounding myself now with the people who can help me grow and evolve. And Sanford is that place. And then I will still go to the likes of Cerrado MMA and in Brazil, because it's like I can learn so much there. And then if I wanted to go to Canada, if I wanted to go into Dagestan and learn, I could do all that because I've had that freedom now. That's what I'm looking forward to. It's just to improve my overall game.
Ian, talk to me about percentages. And by that I mean, what percentage did you give yourself when you were Cage Warriors champion, when you were signed by the UFC, compared to when you walked in the door at Sanford, and where you think you are now?
Percentages is a weird way to put it, because trying to put an exact number on it is difficult. I've always felt I have the ability. I know what, in my head, what my 100% can be. And it's about getting there. It's about, I will always be able to win fights. I will always be able to beat the guy across the cage from me, but I want to be able to dominate in every single aspect. So for me, it's about learning and growing. And I mean, I don't think I've touched my potential in regards to what I can be and what I could be. Like, I'm 23 years of age. I'm only 7 fights into my professional career. I'm signed to the UFC. I'm making my debut at Madison Square Garden on Saturday night. And it's not going to be for another probably 2-3 years before we see me hit that potential, before we see me hit that prime in my career where I'm like, holy this kid can get better. It's like the more time I spend fighting, the less time people have to beat me. The Ian Garry of the last fight, you can't beat him anymore. Do you know what I mean? You can't beat him. He's moved. He's grown. Every single fight I will grow. My ideal scenario is fight 3 times a year every year. Give myself 4 months in between each fight to grow and train and learn with the team and the coaches I'm surrounding myself with, because I know how much I can grow in a short amount of time. So for me, it's just about growing, and I haven't touched anywhere near 50% of what I can be.
Was there any thought when the UFC came along, because lots of fighters have done it,
Yeah.
said, you know what, I'm only 7 in, I'm only 23, come back in a year or 2. Did that ever cross your mind?
No, you've seen my fights, right? They've looked like ease, and it's because I'm better than everyone. I am better than everyone. I'm a better fighter than all the guys I fought. I'm a better fighter than guys in the UFC right now. I can beat guys. I can beat 75% of the UFC welterweight division right now, and I'm 23. I haven't fought in the UFC yet, and I know that. So for me, it's a case of why should I wait? Why should I wait? The minute I get a chance, go for it. Why? Because I'm going to take it by the balls and go with it. Like, it's going to be it. That's it, done. All she wrote. See you later. Goodbye. Enjoy the journey. This is the next chapter. This is where I belong. This is home.
The first step in this chapter at Madison Square Garden is Jordan Williams, 31-year-old guy, been around the block, worked his entire career. I think he's had 20 fights, amateur and pro, worked his entire career to get to the UFC. It's not working out for him so far. His back's against the wall. If he loses Saturday night, chances are he's going to get his marching orders. This is a guy that's, he's a live fighter. This is the UFC, they're all live fighters.
That's great. He's tough, he's durable, and he hits hard. It's got a lot of people firing in the sport, but I don't get hit. So he's going to be swinging and missing. And I don't know, what's he, 9-5? 5 other people have beat him, and you think I'm not going to beat him? Every single person I fought has said they'll beat me. And what's happened? I've dismantled them, I've picked them apart, I've just completely annihilated them because I'm so much better than them. He's no different. The only reason he is fighting on MSG is because he's my opponent. That's it. So he should feel blessed. Be thankful that he's fighting in Madison Square Garden, that he'll probably finish his career in Madison Square Garden, and then off you go. See you later, go to Bellator, goodbye, take care, have a good time. I'm the king of the UFC now. Thank you for welcoming me.
Let's talk about the important stuff. Let's talk about how you're going to look on the night. Before I ask you about your suit, which I've heard is sensational, I want to ask you the question that all your fans are wanting to know. Did we get purple shorts? Sorry, I had to ask because we want to know.
I wanted them so bad. They're literally, honestly, like, this is no joke. When we were going through the contract, I didn't look at how long it was. I didn't look at how much I was being paid. I said, get onto them right now. The first thing I want is get onto them with purple shorts. I don't want to fight without purple shorts. They feel special. I haven't got them. I'll be going with green shorts because I'll represent Ireland. I'll represent my country in my debut, but second fight, I better get purple shorts or else I'm going to cause a storm. And look, the best way to keep the superstar happy is to give him what he wants and let him fight the best way he can. And I feel great when I wear purple. It's like a superpower. So if the UFC want the best out of me, just give me what I want. I'm not picky. I'm not asking for 100 grand. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking for a pair of shorts. Do you know what I mean? Just make me a pair of shorts.
Keep your bonus. Just give me purple shorts.
Give me a pair of purple shorts. But no, unfortunately, it'll be green. I wish it was purple. I'll get them eventually, don't worry. I'll get them eventually. I always get my way.
Love it. Tell me about the suit, come on.
So I've got a designer suit, and it's absolutely beautiful. It is black on black, so it's got some nice details on it, but the waistcoat is very special. The waistcoat has got a kind of nod to some negativity that's been on in my career, and I kind of like it. So it's got a beautiful "the future" on the back, and then it's got some words that have been said. Uncoachable comes to mind.
And this is all written on the back of the waistcoat.
All on the back of it, integrity, stuff like that. Stuff that people have said. It's like, look, you can say what you want. It's not going to stop me, but I'm going to embrace anything that's been negative or anything that's been said about me. So, yeah, it's going to look badass when I knock someone out and sit down in MSG after I win my fight. Sit down and watch everyone try to beat my performance. Go, I'm only in New York once. I've never been to a UFC event. I've never been to a UFC fight. I'm going to make sure I go there looking slick after putting on a performance. So yeah, I want to enjoy it, and people are going to be like, oh, he's trying to be Conor. I don't give a what they say. I'm enjoying New York. I'm going to get suited and booted and sit down and enjoy the venue.
You've, in the last 12 months, you've had a career.
Yeah.
Basically, in the last 12 months.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You've squeezed a career
You're not
in.
wrong. Story in the last.
But you're still laughing.
Months. Yeah, of course I am, because at the end of the day, look at where I am. Look at what I'm doing. I'm in Central Park in New York, about to make my UFC debut. Like, you can sit down and you can take all the that's gone on, and you can moan about it, or you can enjoy every second of it. And dude, I have such a positive attitude. It's like, I have no reason to be upset or be annoyed or be in a negative attitude. I've just got nothing but positivity. And yet, you're right, I have had career. I've had so much go down, and you know what? I'm still here. All I have to do with fights is show up and I'll win.
What does the next 12 months? Hopefully, just 3 or 4 fights, normality, nothing crazy.
No,
you don't have to upside down again.
No, normality's not cool. We want to be disruptive. I want to be disruptive and cause disruption to the industry and everything. I want everyone talking about me. Next 12 months is going to be active. It's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of growing. I've got a lot of stuff I can do with my coaches and my teammates, and I want to grow a lot. I want to completely take this division by storm, and I know I can. I know the potential. I know how good I will be in that time, and I just want to run through people and just continue this hype. Once the hype is kicked off, I want to keep that ball rolling. I want to fight 3 times a year every year. So if I can do that, that's what I want. And look, at the end of the day, I know the guys at the UFC, the bosses, like activity, and I mean, I'm nothing but active. I train smart, I fight smart, so that I could the best ability in fighting is availability, is to be there, and I'll always be here. I'll show up every single time, and I'll put on a performance that shows everybody that I'm not that I'm not to be taken for granted, that everyone should be worried about me. And I haven't fought in the UFC yet. Saturday night, everyone will find out.
When you close your eyes and think about Saturday night, when you visualise it, is it the perfect performance?
Always.
Is it that statement performance that you feel like you need to make?
I don't feel like I need to make it. It's just going to happen. I don't feel like I need to do anything. I just need to show up. Once I show up, everything else works itself out. It's a destiny. It's written. I just need to get there in full health and do everything I can before the fight. The fight itself is fun for me. It's a flow state. It's adrenaline. It's just go in there and enjoy what you're doing, kid. This is your dream, live it up. And that's it. For me, I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to beat another guy up and take all the praise in the world from it, and then we go again. We relocate, we reset, we do whatever we do, and we go again. We train, we fight again, and that will just be a never-ending cycle. Success.
Well, mate, you've absolutely convinced me. Why do I think there's a performance bonus on its way? Ian, Garry, Saturday night. Looking forward to it, buddy.
Appreciate it, brother. It's going to be savage.